welcome to the Tuesday edition of Talking Football, the last program for the season. And today, with me in the studio, our football analyst Ouriel Daskal and I24 News' Michael Friedman, who follows their reactions in the press. And today we will discuss the second trophy Barcelona won this season. We will ask if the Blaugrana or the Bianconeri will be the treble winners of the season. And we will also look at the rather sad farewell for Jurgen Klopp from Borussia Dortmund. All this and more coming up right now. 2 weeks after securing the Spanish championship, Barcelona took to the pitch to try to secure the Spanish double. They may have felt like the visiting team in their own Camp Nou, as the fans that came from Bilbao were the big majority and they put on a great display. But that meant nothing once the game started. The Barcelona fans may have been outnumbered, but they were the ones to party at the end of the night. Michael Friedman with the story.
It was all celebrations for the fans in Barcelona, who went out to the streets after winning their latest piece of silverware, beating Athletic Bilbao 3-1 in the Copa del Rey final. They were jumping up and down and chanting for their favorite team. The supporters couldn't be happier, but also knew there's still one more trophy yet to win.
We still have to win the most important title. The first two are great, but we want to top it with the Champions League. That will make us really proud.
It was no surprise to see Messi being the hero once again after he netted a double in the match. His teammates all know how lucky they are to be able to play next to a living legend.
When you see Leo Messi doing these type of things, you should simply appreciate the talent he has. There isn't a way to explain it. We are privileged to witness the talent of this alien from outer space whenever he is on the field.
Neymar provided one of the goals of the night in another stunning performance by the MSN. Barca's manager is close to achieving a tremendous treble in his first year in charge. The manager also had some warm words for the team who lost.
From the beginning, we saw a great Barca. All players were in top shape. It's a pity for Athletic to reach a final and have to face a Barca of this level like they've done these past years. I think that tonight they've shown once more that they deserve to win a title, and I'm sure they will achieve it in time.
The Copa del Rey was the second piece of silverware for Barca, and now their focus will be on the Champions League final this coming Saturday in what would be a remarkable end to their season.
Ouriel, at the end of the day in Spain, we have two super teams and 2 or 3 other good teams. Anyone else cannot really beat Barcelona or Real Madrid to this matter. Athletic Bilbao is not one of them, so they lost. That's a Spanish reality.
Exactly. You have 2 super clubs and the other are clubs, and that's the difference. You'd play Bilbao versus Barcelona 10 times, with at home of Bilbao, and Barcelona will probably win 9 times and get a draw and win on penalties the 10th time. So that's what's happening in Spain. That's the reality in the last last decade or so. And it's a problem because once the league is so uncompetitive, then the league as a whole, it can't get as much revenue as the Premier League, and it has more potential than the Premier League in many ways because you have plenty of, you have great talents, local talents, you have academies there which are brilliant, envy of Europe, and you have brilliant Brazilian players, brilliant Argentinians, and they want to come and play in Spain because Spain is a better option to play in than England, but they can't compete with the English team because from next year Swansea can buy anyone from Atletico Madrid they want because they'll just make so much more money from them.
Very uncompetitive league indeed. And Michael, the press, as much as they talk about the win, there's one other thing that they speak about: Messi's first goal, a brilliant piece.
Absolutely, the press is going crazy with this goal. And the Barcelona president...
And so they should.
As they should, because for me it was one of the most phenomenal goals I've ever seen. And the Barcelona president, Josep Maria Bartomeu, he had great words for Messi. Marca headlines read, "Messi's goal is one of the best in history." Everybody was talking about it. Barca's captain Xavi Hernandez said, "I think it's one of the best goals, brutal, spectacular." And more than that, just what he accomplishes, beating all the players, and the MSN has really outshined, so it was absolutely superb. The threesome tallied 120 goals in his in all competitions to beat Real Madrid's record of 118.
It's not normal, when three guys score
so
120. It's not normal because most footballers don't score at all. You have like
these three are scoring more than everyone combined.
Yeah, you have players who play regularly and they don't shoot at goal for 3 years or so. So you have these guys scoring 120 goals. Messi scoring like 58 goals in 56 games. That's insane.
Unreal.
That's insane. That's numbers, It's like, he's playing Pro Evolution on beginner. It's...
And the MSN obviously have one more test. The King's Cup is a nice trophy for the Blaugrana, but certainly not the one the club mostly cares about. The Champions League is, of course, much more important. Manager Luis Enrique is already looking forward for Saturday's final against Juventus.
We have 2 titles already. It will be superb if we conquer all 3 of them. If we fail to win it all, then it won't be so superb. That is the mentality I think we have in this team and this club. And it is very nice to be able to make our supporters happy. And we will try to make them even happier next week, and also making history once more.
Ouriel, Juventus is not Athletic Bilbao, as good as Bilbao may be, and still, we look at Barcelona, they had a tough draw. They had to face Manchester City and Bayern Munich and PSG. They beat them all. It's fair to look at them as favorites against Juventus.
Obviously, they are favorites. I mean, and they've proven they're the best team in Europe right now, and they're coming to the finals against an Italian team, and that's where you can, that's where you can fall. Like they're gonna set up traps. They're gonna get into the bunker. They're gonna get us, a 13th minute goal from a corner by Chiellini, and then whatever.
You never know.
So
it's not park the bus; it's park the bus station.
It's park the le train, or whatever they say in Italian. It's going to be very difficult, but Barcelona is, they have the potential to make it easy. They have the potential to just kill Juventus. On the other hand, we've seen Barcelona fail against Italian teams before, most famously against Milan in the Champions League final back, with Cruyff.
1994, the famous one.
Yeah, where
and also Inter 2010.
Yeah, so you have Italians, they have like this black magic over them, and they can win it. So it's not strong favorites, but they are favorites.
And Michael, as Ouriel says, Italian teams are defense. According to the press, the trio in Barca is just killer, even over that defense.
Pure offense. The Guardian headlines read, Barcelona's forward line is an unstoppable Champions League force. So with Lionel Messi, Suarez, Neymar, the Champions League final in Berlin, will showcase 3 exceptional attackers. And the challenge for Juventus will be how to defend against this trio. And if anything that they got from the Copa del Rey is there's a lot of talent out there. And the other big storyline we're also seeing is Juventus, Chiellini and Suarez. How will they respond?
Biting incident.
Yeah, but Chiellini said, I bear no grudge against Luis Suarez, but we'll see what happens when we get onto the pitch.
And you have the big story of Buffon. Buffon, one of the greats, probably one of the best goalkeepers ever.
In history.
In history. Not winning the Champions League is going to be, it's going to be very difficult to score against them.
You mentioned Ouriel already. You speak about Buffon, Juventus. Yes, they may be. It's a bit funny to speak about Juventus as underdogs, but then you look at their squad. There's Tevez, there's Vidal, there's Pogba, there's Buffon, of course. This is a good team, very good team.
You have world champions there. You have European champions there. You have Italian champions there over there. You have a major future superstar such as Pogba. Pogba is going to be as great, I think, not number-wise, but is going to be as great as Zidane. Is incredible, okay? And it's not going to be easy.
We're recording this. We're going to show this to you in a few years.
In 10 years, you're going to show me Pogba not being Zidane. Yeah, I'm going to eat my heart out on this. I think if you have Pirlo and Buffon on your side, it's a good side. And Barcelona don't know exactly what to expect because Juventus, you know what to expect from Barcelona. You know what they're going to do. You don't know what Juventus are going to do. And they're going to be a lot smarter tactically than Barcelona, and I won't be surprised if they win it.
And Michael Ouriel mentioned Buffon. That's probably the biggest advantage they have over Barcelona. Ter Stegen is a good goalkeeper. He's not Gianluigi Buffon.
Exactly, as Ouriel has mentioned, the Daily Star headlines featured Buffon saying, Juventus are destined for glory in the Champions League final. The legendary goalkeeper, he can finally lift the European Cup for the first time. That's what he wants. That's his goal. As he did in Berlin, this was a place where he won the World Cup. So this is a very comfortable place. He's hoping to do it again. And the 37-year-old, he said, we must not go to Berlin as a tourist. We're there to play a huge game. So he's going to be focused. The team will be focused. And the manager, Allegri, he also says, this is an extraordinary opportunity for this team.
Yeah, and I don't think Barcelona faced a player like Tevez this season. Maybe Aguero, maybe, but Tevez is such, he has such a killer instinct. Barcelona,
he's bad.
Yeah. Nobody is allowed to make any mistakes around him, and is going to be up for it. He wants to prove something to Argentinians against Messi. It's amazing game.
It's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Big game indeed. We'll surely watch that. And now it's time to look at the German Cup final. It was the last match for Jurgen Klopp in Dortmund, and after a dreadful season, he would have loved to still bid farewell with a trophy, but if you count out Bayern Munich, who are basically on a level of their own, Wolfsburg was the best team in Germany this season, and they proved it once again this weekend in Berlin.
The German Cup final featured Wolfsburg and Borussia Dortmund in Berlin. Dortmund struck first with a goal by Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang to give the Yellow and Black the lead. But Wolfsburg fought back from a set piece, and Luis Gustavo was at the right place to blast the ball into the net. Wolfsburg continued to build the momentum from then on, and De Bruyne had a wonderful strike to beat the keeper. The midfielder was especially happy to help his team take the lead.
This is one more title in my career. I think we have deserved this since we have played a very strong season. And even after being down 0-1, we have shown what we are able to play. Yes, it's super for Wolfsburg.
The final goal of the night came from a cross to Bastos, who headed the ball in, and that was enough to beat Dortmund 3-1. The final whistle blew. It was all celebrations for the German team, and the manager was very happy to win his first title with the club.
I think we've seen a high-class final. Compliments also to Borussia Dortmund. This is a team that's shown that it's among the best teams in Germany, and today they lost to a team which was a bit better.
This was also the final match with Borussia for Jurgen Klopp, who wished for a better farewell.
The farewell pain comes now. Leaving hurts a lot. Minutes ago, I've tried to express my thanks to each of my players. It was a huge honor to work with these guys, and I've noticed that it hurts a lot to leave them. And this is the feeling I have at the moment.
Wolfsburg finished the season in second place behind Bayern Munich, but can walk away happy with one piece of silverware.
Well, again, this is the kind of game in which the loser is a bigger story than the winner. Dortmund, end of an era with Jurgen Klopp. It's a bit unfair to say that they had a disappointing season. They keep losing talent year in, every time again to Bayern Munich, gets Lewandowski. A bit unfair to expect them to compete in the highest level.
It shows the standards. They set up their own standards. They set up their own foe, basically.
Seventh place is no good for Dortmund.
Yeah, well, they are in Europe, so I guess that's like a consolation prize. I think, Jurgen Klopp, when we look at it, like historically, he has changed the game. If Pep Guardiola made tiki-taka or whatever you call it, he made it, like the mainstream tactic that everybody loves, then Klopp made the gegenpressing, the counter attacking mainstream. People talk about Dortmund, which is basically a defensive team, as something beautiful to watch. And I think once a Klopp will reach the Premier League and will bring that concept into the Premier League, then you're going to see another evolution of football. And I think that's what's so important about this Dortmund, about Klopp, about what they've done. And today everyone in Germany are playing just like Dortmund did 5 years ago. Okay, so everyone, you have Leverkusen, they're just improving that kind of football, and even the German national team playing like that. So they changed football.
Let's remember he did lead this team to a German double, to a Champions League final, something we have to appreciate. Uriel Daskal and Michael Friedman, I want to thank you both for being with us today and during the entire season. Thank you very much. I also want to use this opportunity to thank you, Borovic, Amit Leventhal, and Mirav Savir, who were also with us. And that's it for Talking Football this weekend, this season. It's been a great pleasure to have you with us. We'll see you again at the other side of the summer break with all the dramas of European football. Let's hope the next season will be at least as good as this one. Thank you all for watching.